Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. So today we're going to do a bit of an unusual one. We're going to teach a 10-second clip. So what I'm going to do is break down a previous clip that I've put up, and I'm going to actually expand out on it and show it a bit more. So we're going to have that out on YouTube. So before we get into that, guys, if you're not following me, please do so. Click the subscribe button, yeah. Click the little bell notification, that way you'll get stuff as we go along. And please leave comments. So this is the video that we're going to be breaking down and taking a better look at. So the hands are up. I'm using what they call talking hands or jazz hands. So I'm like trying to diffuse through verbal de-escalation. So I'm using my communication skills, that kind of thing. That's my first port of call, right? If I'm able to do that. If somebody's just swinging for the fences, then we're past that already, okay? So we're working on the premise that I'm looking for this, I'm looking for these kind of positionings, and this is my start point. From here, we're going to look towards some of the basic blocking that we're going to use. Right, so if we go back into that position, so here I am, got my hands out, I'm trying to control the situation. Now from here, we're going to look at a basic block, right? Now, when we look at this, we do what we call reflexive actions, right? So these are things that just happen, right? We don't think about them, they just happen. If somebody creeps up behind you and shouts, boo, you're going to go, boo, just the same as everyone else. So we're going to work with that. So from here, we're going to use that flinch response. The hand comes up, boom, here. So we're just bringing the hand up here, right? Now, to shear that in, I'm going to bring both hands up, boom, here. So my hands are coming up into this position here. That's my movement, right? Boom, here. Now, if I come around the other way, and I can show you from the other side. So I'm here, there's my position, and then boom, hands come up. You'll also notice the leg is stepping out and I'm bracing. So from here, boom, that position, boom, here. The idea is that you can take the hit and then move into something else. We're not looking for anything complicated. We're just looking to survive the initial shot, the sniper option, whatever you want to call it. We're just trying to survive that so that when we can either then escape, retaliate, control, whatever it is that we're looking to do. Okay, so we've looked at our basic reflexive action here, and now what we're going to do is just make that a little bit more into what we're working with today. So from our position, we've looked at coming up here. Now all I'm going to do is just turn slightly in towards it. So it's the same movement, but with a little bit of a turn here, boom. Now, I'll show this on the pads in a moment and you can understand why we're doing what we're doing. Boom, here. What we need to understand about this, again, is that we're bracing, bending the knees. The arms are coming here. We're looking to tuck in behind. Keep looking, but the arms come up here. Now, little finger side out, solid forearm presented. So the idea, from our non-aggressive stance, boom, we move in behind this wall of forearm. That's the first position. Again, we'll see it now a bit more lively. So when we look at this block, right, what we're looking at is the structure. Now, this is the way that we hold tie pads for tie kicks and for, fast, strong roundhouse kicks. So if it can take a leg coming at full pelt, it should be structurally okay. Like I said, remember the angle that we're looking at. So just to put this in perspective, all right? So this is that block in action. Ready? So, and again. And again. Good. Our basic C-shaped position, or what we call a swan neck here. So what I'm doing, look, is I'm making this kind of shape with my hand, right? So as I come into this movement here, what I'm now doing is hooking on with my hands. Now the idea is to catch the person along the inside of this shoulder neck area here. We're not necessarily trying to catch the lower part of the arm because, in the sudden movement of that flurries and everything, it's going to be harder to do. So if somebody's here and they're swinging punches, trying to catch one of those is going to be quite challenging. So the idea is that I'm moving in towards the punch, and what I'm doing is coming into this area here, latching on to this part here. The idea is that I'm tucked in, I move in, and that way then the blow is coming to the outside of my head, and I've gone past that danger area. I'll show this in action. Right, so we're just going to throw a couple of punches now. So all I'm basically doing is coming into that block, right, from my non-aggressive stance, all right? So hands out here, throw your punch when you're ready. And again. Okay, see, I'm in, I'm okay, I'm safe. We'll show it from the other angle. If you flip around, now you can see what's happening physically. So do it slow a moment. So my movement, look here, as I'm bringing the hands round as we showed, and I'm coming to this position, right? So I'm creating that wall of forearms. So when you're ready, mate, push, right, now throw some, push, so push, 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 and again, push. Okay, stop there. Right, so straightforward, look, the punches are coming, and they're not small punches, right? Hopefully he's trying to hit me, right? Now, all I'm going to show now is just this latch on, right? Very simply because we're here. So, if you just throw that really slowly, the opening is along here. So my motion, as I come to here, I'm just going to drop my hands into the shape we talked about, boom, and latch on. That's it. So I want you to throw. So if I'm here, throw, boom, latch on. Now I want you to throw now more. So boom, right, so we just come back this way a minute. Okay, now, think about your range. Now I want you to throw properly, right? So I'm just going to go for the block a minute. Throw, push, throw properly, push. That's it, and again, push, and again, push. Right, now I'm going to latch on, right? Go on, push. Right, and again, push. Okay, and again, okay, and again, okay, so what I'm showing there is just dropping the hands on it, right? It's not necessarily clean, he's not waiting for me, just throw your hand out and leave it out. You just throw your hand out and leave it out, right? If he leaves it, I've got all day to do all kinds of things, right? But it's coming back quite quickly, so the idea is that as soon as he throws, boom, latch. This is where I want to be. Now again, drop this hand a minute. If we look here, I'm wedged. That's my position, okay? And then we're going to add on from there. All right, so look, if I show this now with a bit more life within the movement, okay? Now what I'm doing, as he throws the punch in, we've got our block that we discussed here. I'm latching on. Now, forearm in tight here. I'm dropping my body weight. Boom, see? This motion. Okay, I'm not pulling on him, okay? Keep everything in tight here, drop the body weight. Now from that position, look, boom, see it brings his head down, which is what I'm after. Bear in mind that when we include the strikes into this, he's almost certainly going to be leaning forward anyway. This is just an add-on. So from here, look, drop the body weight, bring him down, snatch him. Now, when we look at where I go next, I keep connected and I keep the pressure down on him. Again, I'm going to show you some examples of this. So when we put this into context, right, just come forward a minute, and you think about this position here. So I've latched on. What I'm doing is body weight, pressing down. So one version that you'll see this is when people shoot. So if I'm here and he shoots in, what I'm doing is pressuring down on him. My body weight is down, right? That's one example. If we look at this, right, same deal here, pressure down. Now if we think about fighting on the side of the cage or whatever, trying to stay balanced, now here, look, another way you'll see this is again that compression down here, pushing down on that body weight, keeping hold of him here. So that's another version. Okay, so another version of this, right? You see this all the time. Again, I'm keeping my body weight on him. So if you think about grappling and you think about moving around him, right? You think about these kind of things. Again, it's that body weight down, chest on him. That's what we're looking at with this position. So if you come back up again, mate. So when we look at this, and I've got, come on this way, and I've got to here and I've brought him down, as I move into the next thing here, I'm not going to let him go. The whole idea of this, look, is I drop my body weight on him, I keep hold of him here. Now from this position, this is where I then look to go into my starter motor position and reaching underneath. We'll break that down. So, going to show some of these basic knees now, right? Now what we're looking at from this position is we're coming from this side on where we've latched on here. Now we could be from a tie clinch. Now if we think about tie clinch and then we think about knees, they're used an awful lot here. So, Dan, if you put your hands up. So if I'm here in this tie clinch here, look, we've got knees here, we've got knees here, we've got knees into the legs, which is what we're talking about in this instance. What I'm looking to do, now bear in mind, it can be one strike, it can be several strikes, it doesn't matter. The chain is whatever it is, right? In this instance, all I'm looking to do is open him out, bam, here. So I'm coming in to the leg muscles themselves. I can't necessarily get to the groin, I'll explain why now. But for now, look, boom, into the leg muscle, all right? You'll see this, a lot of stand-up stuff on MMA against the cage, the wall, that kind of thing. They'll be working into these thigh muscles all day long, right? So for us, look, think about it, boom, knee, think about it, boom, knee, think about knee, think about knee. That's what we're working on. So when we look at this other kick, what we're doing here, don't think of it like a front kick. Just take a step away from me. Yeah. Okay, so don't think of it like a front kick, as in you chain with the knee and extend. What we're actually doing is swinging the leg like a bat, and we're connecting with the shin, and it goes, comes straight up through, yeah? Here, straight up. Now, you can get quite a lot of oomph with that. Now, if I can just have that just 1 minute, now if you face 1 minute. Now, if you think about kicking somebody in the nuts, it's actually harder than you would think because, and when we talk about that reflexive action, right, there's 2 places on the human body we've got a subconscious action. So we'll flinch, one is the eyes, one is the groin. And of course it's bladed as well. So what I'm looking to do is angle. So my position, look, the first one, boom, here, I'm looking to angle so I can go shin kick straight up through the middle here. Straight forward, straight up. Okay? Testicles into gobstoppers. So the position of the hand on this, right? We're in this position, we've got the person down. Now, I'm reaching the hand over and I'm making this shape here. Now, what I don't want to do is be fishing around. The hand goes all the way past and then comes back. I'll show this on a person. So from here, look, we're talking about keeping that weight on him, right? Remember this. Now, from this, my arm now shoots. I keep this on him and I keep the pressure. The arm now shoots under in that position that we talked about. I go past his face and I rip it backwards like I was starting a motor, hence the term starter motor. Now, there are 2 things to think about with this, right? The angle of the turn. So if you just let go of the hand a minute, let me show you what I mean. Right, now if I just turn his head, what will happen is he will stand up and he will turn this way, right? The body follows the head. If you look where I've got him his face hooked, look, see? So I'm pulling his face across, right? So I don't want him to come up, I want him to turn and go down. So I keep my elbow and pressure on him here. Now, as I rotate the head, I push the elbow downwards. Here, one, see? Now, from this position, come forward. From this position, I'm putting the palm of my hand right on this jawline, right on the edge of his jaw, and I pressure down, right? It's horribly uncomfortable. What I can also do is cover his eyes. Okay, so if I'm here and I've dropped him, if I need to, boom, I can hit him, bam, here. Okay? If I want to get away, I pressure down, give him something to think about so he's not thinking about trying to grab me. Pressure down, move away. As I move away, I think about, obviously, people around me. I think about where I am, the environment, and I want to make sure that he stays put, yeah? So if we're following this through, look, you bring him down, control him, and you tell him, stay there, don't move, stay there, and you back off, okay? So, and that,